right, now we're gonna have a fancy time in the electric car. The only electric car that can be your everyday car. You're not limited as to where you can go and what you can do with the Chevrolet Volt. The technology is pretty genius. It's almost like having two cars in one. Now, the inspiration for the design, roughly about 76-78% of U.S. drivers commute less than 40 miles a day, according to the U.S. Department of Transportation. So that's where you get your range that you get on the battery pack, which EPA has estimated the maximum range to be 50 and your average to be 35. But then what happens on the day when that exact same commuter would like to drive the distance further? The answer is all in your gasoline powered generator. And keep in mind, even though it uses gasoline, it's not a typical transmission, so it doesn't actually drive the vehicle, strictly creating electricity. So what you have, the EPA has named the Volt as a dual source electric car, and that is going to give you power for your electric drive. So for as far as 50 miles, it gets electricity from the lithium-ion battery pack that's on board. And for more than 300 additional miles, you're going to get that off of the electricity just created from a tank of gas. Keep going. And that is the Chevrolet Volt.
So quiet.
It's remarkably quiet, and imagine being this quiet at 100 miles per hour. It's an electric car that will, the power and performance never varies because your drive is all in the electric drive unit, which propels and powers the front two wheels. So you never have to sacrifice. That's the best thing about the Chevrolet Volt. With electric cars nowadays, there's a compromise. There's a possibility you may suffer from range anxiety, wondering when and where you can plug in for the lack of infrastructure. Well, with the Chevrolet Volt, it's going to be able to function in whatever situation you find yourself, whether or not you're next to a plug or whether or not you're next to a gas station. It's designed to fit you wherever you are and whatever you're doing, so you can go wherever you desire, unlimited.
Do you have a sense of how often somebody might fill up their tank?
Well, it all depends upon that person's driving range. So it all varies. It's
and then
all
how
different.
often they're going to be able to plug in and charge.
Because you have some people that may drive Monday through Friday, 10 miles to work, 10 miles back,
Right.
and they do that every day and plug in. They're never using gasoline, and maybe they're using gasoline on the weekend. So it's all dependent upon the individual situation.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.